Welcome back for another video. What a weekend of football it's been. How are you guys getting on? Leave a comment below with your current score. My free hit is active already for Blank Gameweek 34. Obviously the double game week's not over yet either, so good luck with any players that you've got left to play midweek. In this one we're going to recap the main things that we've learned from the weekend's games, and I'll run through my free hit team for next week and some other useful information. So Leeds 3, Wolves 0. All that deliberating, like who's the best Leeds defender? Is it Struijk or Gudmundsson because they're nailed, or is it Beal for Defcons, Bogle for goal threat, or Justin for the versatility? Justin with a bicycle kick and Defcon in the first half finishes on 16 points. Quite the afternoon for him. He also got a yellow card, a clean sheet and max bonus on top of that. Okafor with a goal and an assist as well. Another mega differential like Justin. So few had him despite the double game week. If you had either of these two in your team, Justin or Okafor, then genuinely well played. Calvert-Lewin left it very late, winning a penalty in stoppage time which he buried. 6-pointer for him, no bonus points earned, so he matched the defenders basically. It was a very stressful wait for that full-time whistle as someone who went triple defence myself, and I'm sure lots of you were on double defence. And the game ran on till the 103rd minute, so it was a long wait. Just 0.57 XG conceded by Wolves. Wolves remain a team to target, whether that's with defenders or attackers. One big surprise was Rodon making the bench, because just last week Farke said he's probably going to be back in May, but he made the bench and he even came on for Gudmundsson. Whether he comes into the 11 for the second double game week fixture we'll have to see, but obviously he's fit enough to play. They could all be at risk next game week, besides Struijk probably, if Rodon was to come in. Nothing we can do about it now anyway, and the clean sheet is locked at least, that's the good news. So let's see how the second game goes, away versus Bournemouth. So yeah, Bournemouth, Newcastle 1, Bournemouth 2, Tavernier with a goal and a bonus point. 1.66 XGI Tavernier registered, that was more than any player on Saturday. In fact, Evan Nilsson with 1.15 XGI was second highest as well there. Amazingly, so many of the popular double game week picks actually turned up in their first double game week fixture. Hopefully they can do that again in the midweek game. Like Bournemouth, they did concede to be fair. Whether that's actually good or bad for your team does depend on whether you've got one or two defenders. Obviously if you've got none then it's great as well. But yeah, Bournemouth defence about 120% effective ownership in the doubles. So if you owned only Hill for example, that was the perfect outcome because he hit Defcon and Senesi failed to. Truffer with the winning goal and bonus points. Evan Nilsson heading down a Tavernier cross to create it. It's a season to write off for Newcastle, isn't it? That's 3 losses on the bounce now, firmly bottom half of the table. Howe said something before the game about how he wants players involved that want to be here. And alarmingly, he actually left Gordon out of the squad. I think the official reason was a knock, but I think that's a situation to monitor there. There has been some rumours of him wanting or looking at a move away. Whistler and Voltemada both benched as well. It's a bit strange Newcastle this season. In fairness, Osula, who got the start, did take his goal really well on the spin. Newcastle conceded 2.99 XG at St James's Park. Really poor. More double game week teams returning though. Spurs 2, Brighton 2. If you pick Gomez, or if you sold Mitoma, then incredibly unlucky. Mitoma benched. Gomez goes off with a knee injury in the first half after a really awkward landing. Hopefully it's not a serious one, but it didn't look good. And that meant Mitoma coming on before 30 minutes, so he got the 2 appearance points. But to add salt in the wound, scored an absolutely world-class volley from a gross cross. Xavi also scored a worldie as well for Spurs. It could potentially be an option on free hit 34. Spurs have got Wolves, and as terrible as Spurs have been, this has got to be a fixture with potential on a free hit. Porro is the main one I wanted to highlight though. He scored that game as well, and 10 points he got. That's his biggest score of the season. He took up some fantastic positions, like the goal he scored, he was well in the box for the goal. It was a whip cross and he beat Verbruggen to it, headed it in. As it stands, he's in my free hit team. Oh, and of course he takes corners as well from the left side for Spurs, so I really like Porro. Van Heck super late, winning the ball. Really poor from Danso, and then a cutback from Van Heck to Jorginho hit it first time for a late equaliser. 16 defensive contributions for Van Heck, the only Brighton player who hit Defcon points. So he got 6-pointer despite conceding twice. And he's going to be handy as well in game week 36 and 37 still. He's got Wolves home and Leeds away then. So looking at the run-in, who's got the best fixtures for goals and clean sheets? For projected goals, Arsenal lead with 10.2, and they're actually miles ahead currently. It's a very good run in fairness. They've got Newcastle and Fulham home, then they've got West Ham away, then Burnley home, and then they finish the season with Palace away. Obviously the issue is there are no particularly good attackers in Arsenal. It's really the defence and Rice. Liverpool is second, and we'll talk more about them on the free hit team in a minute. Isak and Salah just do feel a bit dodgy, even on a free hit as a 1 week punt. Man City are third. Obviously it's worth noting that they've got that postponement to drop in still, and that's home to Palace, so that will shoot them up to first or maybe second on the table. And then Man United, Chelsea, Newcastle and Brentford. If you're free hitting this week, or if you're looking for a strong 1 week pick before wildcarding perhaps, then let's filter it to Gameweek 34 specifically. And Arsenal are top there for projected goals. And then it's Liverpool, then it's Man United, Spurs, Fulham and Brentford. So those are the teams to target on a free hit as far as mids and forwards, or if you're looking to make a transfer before wildcarding in 35. And projected clean sheets for the run-in has got Arsenal top in that respect as well, unsurprisingly. Man City second. They've got that home fixture versus Palace, as I say, to be added still, almost certainly in Gameweek 36. And then it's Everton, Liverpool, Man United. Everton going quite under the radar. I've not really seen them mentioned much, but they do have City in Gameweek 35, of course. But outside of that, Tarkowski's startable in every game. And in Gameweek 37, I think the likes of Ndiaye and Dewsbury Hall look really good as well. They've got Sunderland home, and then they finish the season with Spurs away. And lastly, Gameweek 34 in isolation has got Arsenal top with projected clean sheets, and then Liverpool, then Sunderland, Forest, Spurs, West Ham and Everton. Go to FPL.page or FPL Focal in the App Store to play around with all the tools on my site. In other news, Gibbs White bagged a hat-trick in Forest's 4-1 win over Burnley for a 20-pointer, his biggest score ever, and the biggest of the gaming as it stands. Though obviously a double gaming play could move ahead still. The first Merseyside derby at the Hill Dickinson resulted in a late Liverpool win, thanks to a Van Dijk header off a Zoboslai corner. Salah scored the first goal as well, and he came away with maximum bonus 10-pointer for Salah. Watkins scored a brace plus registered an assist in another game of a dramatic late winner. Villa were cruising with 3-1 up, only for Sunderland to score in the 86th and then the 87th minute, and then Abraham won it in the 93rd. 16-pointer for Watkins. He's definitely an option to consider if you're on free hit 34. Rodgers also scored, but I don't think I'll be going back to Rodgers the third time. And lastly, Man City versus Arsenal finished 2-1 to City. Cherki with a brilliant goal for the opener. Huge mistake by Donnarumma with a really careless ball intercepted by Havertz and straight in for the equaliser. And then O'Reilly assisting Haaland for the winner. 10-pointer for Cherki, just 2 for Semenyo, so a really good start for those that went against Semenyo and went Cherki instead. Well played if that was you. O'Reilly had a fantastic game and ended up getting a couple bonus points as well. Do City win the league now? So, free hits active, here's a look at the team. It's a back three. It's Raya, Pedro Porro, Van Dijk and Gabriel. Bruno captain, Rice, Salah, Szoboszlai, Cunha, Thiago and Bowen. So double Arsenal defence and Rice, which I think is probably the right balance on a free hit. But I think triple defence has got potential as well, home to Newcastle. I was really impressed by the sort of positions De Zerbi was letting Porro take up, and it led to his goal as well, so I'm actually happy to include him on a free hit, given that the opponent's Wolves. I know it's Spurs, but for 1 week, Pedro Porro against Wolves, I don't mind it. Solanke I've also considered, but I'm a bit less sure on him. He's just not done anything of note all season, besides the brace against Man City. Though he has played 94 times in a row, so that's quite promising in terms of expected minutes. And as I say, does face Wolves, who are just looking so leaky. It would mean losing Thiago though, and he's been absolutely incredible this season, and I've got quite a bit of money tied up in him. So I prefer the Bowen and Thiago partnership at the moment. I've only got 0.1 million in the bank with this draft as well, so there's not many options if I was to lose Thiago. The bench is really light as a result, so Kinski, that's fine of Wolves away, Mukiele, Alderete and Mane. I'm okay with that on a free hit. You really don't need much money on your bench on a free hit. So yeah, Liverpool have got Palace home. So do you therefore include Salah or Isak or both? Salah, I do still think is viable to include. It is 1 game week only after all, and he has just scored against Everton in the Merseyside derby. I know sentiment doesn't get you anywhere in FPL, but he is the FPL GOAT. It's his last season, and it's going to be the last game week ever owning him. For him to potentially score in that final game week would be really enjoyable. There's just a few other players that I quite like that aren't in the team. Wilson's got Villa home, Ndiaye West Ham away, Solanke I mentioned, Wolves away. Watkins just scored a brace, he's got Fulham away, and Wirtz with Palace home. I mean, it would have been unthinkable last season to be debating Wilson versus Salah on a free hit when Wilson's got Villa home and Salah's got Palace home. I mean, Villa did just concede 3 to Sunderland. Palace play on Tuesday, and then they've got the Liverpool game on the weekend, and then they've got the Europa the next midweek. So that could also play into Liverpool's hands, like the turnaround, and I think that makes the triple up extra appealing. So I've got Szoboszlai, Salah and Van Dijk in there. So Szoboszlai, he did actually play right back against Everton, so that's the only thing there. But he's actually done fine there points-wise over the season when he has to play right back. Like, he gets more defcons, and there's still a good chance he gets you points off a corner or a direct free kick. And it's also possible Frimpong comes into the team at right back anyway, and Zobo comes back into midfield. So what do you think of the team? Is there anyone missing? Thanks for watching. See you soon for the next one.